It's news time. Information is power. Be current. The news headline. Shocker as Ipob challenged Governor Uzodinma to swear oath that he didn't direct the killings. Dr. Ikpeazu of the state of Abia has revealed why Southeast governors are having a hard time in their moves to stop the prohibition of indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, from enforcing order in place in their region. The governor, who spoke in an interview with Vanguard on Sunday, said they have limitations in determining the number of police deployed and equipment used by the special forces. For the federal government to reach out to the members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, and identify their basic reasons for agitation. It could be recalled that the operatives of the indigenous people of Biafra has been heavily linked to the ongoing attacks on security apparatuses. Within the southeastern region, in a recent newspaper report by the Vanguard newspaper, about 175 people, including security agents, that have been maimed in about 72 attacks within the region. Significantly, these killings increased with the compulsory stay-at-home order by the members of the indigenous people of Biafra to arrest the heightening insecurity challenges in the region. The Nigerian military recently launched exercise Golden Dawn in the southeastern region. The Golden Dawn is tasked with the responsibility of combating insecurity within the region and return normalcy to the nooks and crannies of the region. And recently, the operatives recorded a monumental successes in their first gun duel against the unknown gunmen. In all these crises, the operatives of the Ipob have been heavily identified as primary suspects, and a good number of stakeholders in the region have always come up with strategies on how to curb insecurity within the region. Notably, Ikpeazu has added negotiation to the increasing list of options. Unfortunately, the tendencies of the federal government engaging the indigenous people of Biafra in a roundtable discussion might not be visible. The federal government have already proscribed the Ipob as a terrorist organization. It is inconceivable how the federal government will engage a group which is identified as a secessionist group to a roundtable discussion, and their recent suspected activities of the Ipob and their armed group Eastern Security Network have left a lot undesired. Most importantly, the federal government may not find it necessary to negotiate with a group that threatens the unity and peace of the country, and therefore negotiation could have been considered if only the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, are agitating against marginalization and corruption, but their movement for secession has eliminated the whole idea of negotiation. Regarding the unity and progress of Nigeria, secessionist movements cannot be tolerated, as it has been a catalyst for disruption of public order, the analyst says.
The Nigerian government is in the best position to make sure that all these agitations are minimal, because it has become a crime to display support or agitate for division of the country, whether Biafra, Oduduwa, or Arewa nation, as it was said that the Ipob has been declared a proscribed terrorist organization by the Nigerian government. And this is just the analysis, coming around that the flaunting of the Biafra regalia should actually be on hold, because this is what the federal government is frowning at. And Chiweta Luagu and some others, the elderly woman that was caught, and some others that have seen flaunting the Biafra, regalia, are actually trying to incite more controversies at a time that the country's unity is fragile, and also there have been topsy-turvy around. However, the lawyer of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is actually against this and has condemned the arrest of the DSS and the military.
Ejiofor said that the arrest of Agu by the secret police was an indication of how the Nigerian security agents are desecrating the southeast. The Nigerian army had arrested the Nollywood actor for donning a Biafra regalia in Onitsha, Anambra State, and Agu was arrested on Thursday in Upper Iweka Bridge by soldiers while carrying out a charity exercise. He was, however, released by the Nigerian army and shortly afterwards rearrested by the DSS operatives on Friday. Reacting to the development, Ejiofor called for the immediate release and unconditional release of the 65-year-old actor. He charged the military to apologize to Agu for violating his fundamental human rights. In a statement he issued on Saturday, Ejiofor said, "I was shocked to watch a respected elder and widely celebrated Nollywood veteran actor who has creditably distinguished himself in the industry being dehumanized and treated like a common criminal. If I may ask, what offense has Agu committed to warrant being subjected to such humiliation, torture, inhumane treatment, and degradation by those who knows little or nothing about our laws? Can these untamed men, recklessly abusing their offices, tell us why they are desecrating our elders and by extension, the sacred land of our ancestors?" Unfortunately, disturbing information reaching him hours ago is that Chiwetalu Agu has been rearrested by the DSS. We hereby demand for the immediate and unconditional release of Chief Chiwetalu Agu from the custody of the DSS, Ejiofor added. And this was after it was analyzed why Chiwetalu Agu shouldn't have interfered, why the International Amnesty and other bodies may not interfere in the affairs of Chiwetalu Agu. The reason why the Amnesty International and some other bodies that the people have been calling on to show their solidarity in showing displeasure against the military people that actually harassed Chiwetalu Agu because he was putting on, the regalia of the indigenous people of Biafra, and actually that was actually supposed to be a freedom on his own side, but because the Nigerian government has declared the indigenous people of Biafra as a terrorist group, and therefore the Amnesty International or the United States thereabouts, even the United Nations and the likes, may not interfere in this matter, because if they do so, then they will be violating the Nigerian law and also the United Nations law, and until they actually discover that there is an evidence where the military officers abused Chiwetalu Agu, then there is nothing to talk about in terms of saying that they abused him, nothing to prove such a claim, and that the Nigerian security agencies has the right to invite and arrest anyone in the country for the purpose of investigation. And there was a writer too who was trying to analyze the reasons why Chiwetalu Agu shouldn't have actually put on the regalia of the indigenous people of Biafra. Thanks for listening. That is the news.